We've all seen the promises, right? Make money while you sleep. Well, today on Zak Wealth Files, we're tackling the passive income myth head on. We're going to separate actual legitimate side hustles from what has exploded into a $1.9 billion fraud industry. By the end of this explainer, you're going to know exactly what the real math says about generating extra money. And even more importantly, you'll know how to protect your hard-earned cash from the scams that are literally hiding in plain sight on your feed. Let's get right into it. Earn while you sleep. No followers required. Or how about, I made 6 figures as a teenager doing this? You know exactly what I'm talking about. We've all seen these overhyped quotes flooding our social media feeds. But here's what they intentionally leave out of those viral pitches: the honest math. Almost none of this content includes actual numbers because, well, it's entirely designed for short-term excitement, not long-term wealth building. So let's just step away from the hype for a second and look at the real data. Let's look at some recent 2026 data. Right now, 36% of Americans actually have some kind of side hustle, and the average earner is pulling in $891 a month. Now, don't get me wrong, that is a genuinely meaningful amount of money to help out with bills or to throw into your investments. But let's be totally honest here, you're definitely not buying a private island with that anytime soon. Plus, hiding inside that average is a pretty stark truth. A huge share of beginners actually report earning somewhere between just $1 and $50 a month when they're first starting out.
So here's the crucial difference we need to understand. The myth of truly passive income implies that you're putting in something close to zero ongoing effort. Just set it and forget it, right? Well, the reality is that the $891 average income actually comes from an active side hustle. We're talking an average of 8 hours of real work every single week. It's a complete misunderstanding of what it actually takes to build an extra income stream, especially right there in the beginning.
Okay, theories are one thing, but real-world execution is a whole different ballgame. So let's look at a recent case study where someone actually went out and tested the specific passive income ideas being pushed the absolute hardest on social media right now.
Let's break these results down. First up, print on demand. The pitch is always upload once, earn forever. But the reality? Generic designs in a completely saturated market earned exactly $0. To actually make any money, you need a substantial catalog. We're talking 50 or more designs targeted at a very specific niche. Next up is UGC, or user-generated content. The pitch here is no followers required, and hey, that's technically accurate. But after 30 solid days of real-world testing, it yielded 0 paid videos. Why? Because it takes actual time to build the skills that brands are willing to pay for. Finally, affiliate marketing. The pitch promises passive commissions rolling in, but the reality is that it's highly dependent on a pre-existing engaged audience. And that's the kicker, right? The hard phase of skill and audience building is exactly what these marketing pitches consistently skip over.
This brings me to an analogy that I absolutely love, and it's really the core of how I want you to think about all of this. Passive income is exactly like compound interest. It takes a massive snowball of upfront effort before it rolls down the hill entirely on its own. Look, there is absolutely real money to be made with these opportunities, but it is the exact opposite of passive on day one. You've got to pack that snowball first before gravity can step in and do the work.
So I want to give you a concrete action step that you can take right now. Audit your expectations before you ever buy a course or a coaching program. You need to expect genuine upfront effort before you spend a single dollar. If a pitch promises 0 work and instant cash, just keep walking. Now this is where our conversation shifts from disappointing income math to actual severe financial danger. This number right here should make you stop scrolling immediately. $1.9 billion. A recent joint analysis from US and UK regulators uncovered a staggering 47% year-over-year increase in influencer-promoted investment scams. That has hit $1.9 billion in total consumer losses. We aren't just talking about a failed t-shirt business anymore, folks. We are talking about a massive, highly coordinated industry of targeted financial extraction.
So, what does this actually look like in the wild? Well, often it's cryptocurrency or foreign exchange, forex trading pitches that promise massive guaranteed returns. It frequently involves a complete lack of paid promotion disclosure, so you don't even know it's an ad. And terrifyingly, there's a rapidly growing trend that involves synthetic or AI-generated personas. I mean, these aren't even real people. They are entirely fabricated specifically to build false credibility and extract your money under totally false pretenses.
You really have to understand the critical difference between these two outcomes. A disappointing hustle, like an underperforming print-on-demand shop, just means you didn't make as much money as you'd hoped for your time. Outright fraud, on the other hand, is a fake persona intentionally stealing your money. And honestly, dodging a scam is just as important to your long-term wealth building as earning a great return. The tricky part is that both of these look extremely similar when you're just scrolling through your social media feed.
So we need a system to protect ourselves. Let's walk through these 6 practical steps derived directly from the source data to help you evaluate literally any opportunity you encounter this week. Step 1, always assume genuine upfront effort is going to be required. Step 2, look for realistic timelines and specific numbers, not just vague, flashy testimonials. Step 3, be incredibly skeptical of social media, crypto, or Forex pitches. They are prime real estate for fraud right now. Step 4, verify a person's identity and track record completely independently before trusting them, especially with this crazy rise in AI personas. Step 5, budget 8 hours a week and expect realistic income, not instant riches. And finally, Step 6, scrutinize those pay-to-unlock courses. If a business model profits primarily from selling you access to the opportunity rather than the opportunity itself, you need to take that warning sign very seriously.
Just a quick, honest caveat before we wrap up today. The insights in this explainer are based on public 2026 data and case studies purely for general educational purposes. You should always consult a licensed financial advisor for your individual situation, especially before making any significant investments. The goal here is to be smart, methodical, and safe with our money.
To summarize the core difference we covered today, legitimate work requires real upfront time, real skill development, or actual audience building. Fraud, however, demands quick action, leverages fake trust, and actively hides the real risks from you. Understanding this difference isn't just helpful, it is an absolutely vital piece of financial literacy for 2026. At the end of the day, clarity beats hype every single time. Passive income as it's marketed versus how it actually plays out are frequently two completely different things. If this breakdown gave you a grounded, honest picture of a space that is frankly just full of noise, then you know exactly what this channel is built around. So I'll leave you with this final thought. If the algorithms are actively feeding you synthetic AI personas designed to drain your wallet, what other sure things on your timeline are entirely fabricated? Hit subscribe for more real numbers breakdowns, and I'll see you in the next explainer.